What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. Now shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. And today's video is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys for today, Tuesday, November 2nd. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and let me know in the comment section below what you think. We're going to start in Washington, D.C., and then we'll finish up in New York City. Starting off with the base of ops. Here we go. Alright, so the very first vendor in the base of ops is selling the Cold Relations. This is the named PP19 with Perfect Strained. Also comes with health damage. Next up is the MP5 with headshot damage and breadbasket, followed by a G36 with crit chance and perpetuation, and a X45 tactical with headshot damage and spike. For the gear items, we have a Sokolov Concern backpack with headshot damage, armor regen, and concussion. Interesting. Okay. Then we have a Providence Defense chest piece with reassigned, skill damage, and weapon handling. As far as the mods, we have a crit chance 4.3, drone scan range 8.0, turret health 7.6, and sticky bomb blast radius of 4.7. So any kind of must-buys or things to look at from the first base, let's see. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below if concussion is worth it on an SMG. I know for like beaming people with like ARs and stuff like that, concussion's good. But as far as an SMG, like up and close, I don't know. We'll talk about that one later. Now let's move on to the clan vendor. I was stuck on the wall. Alright, clan vendor. Here we go.
Do you want something?
Alright, so starting off at the top, we have the Pristine Example. This is the named Araldi chest piece with perfect focus. Now this one comes with headshot damage and armor regen. But as far as perfect focus is concerned, and Araldi holdings, you could easily just re-roll the armor regen off for crit chance and call it a day. This is a pretty good, pretty good setup, especially with headshot damage already on it. Next we have a Hunter's Fury Mask with headshot damage, Future Initiative Holster with status effects, and then a Ongoing Directive Holster with max weapon damage and skill haste. So for this ongoing directive, you can re-roll the skill haste off for any attribute you want and make it, whatever god roll you need. Alright, moving on, we have a SASG 12 with Future Perfect and max headshot damage. Interesting. Custom L86 with max swap speed and vindictive. Geez, if this is a day to fill up your recalibration library, I guess this is it. A Petrov holster with max weapon damage, headshot damage, and explosive resistance. Interesting. A CS12 with max crit damage and ignited. Jeez Louise. With these max attributes. Then we have a Douglas and Harding Mask with armor regen and health. A Hanayu Mask with skill damage and status effects. That's a good pickup. And a Gilligard pair of gloves with status effects and explosive resistance. Now looking at the mods, we have a crit chance of 5%. A Chem Launcher duration 4.5. Hive duration 4.4, and Seeker Mine health 6.6. Now at the clan vendor, must-buys and things to look at. So the Pristine Example's not horrible, but you can pick it up here and re-roll the armor regen off for either crit chance, crit damage, whatever it is you want, and then just optimize the other two attributes. The ongoing Directive holster, if you do not already have a God rolled everything max holster for ongoing Directive, here's one for you. All you need to do is reroll the skill haste for literally anything you want. And then as far as the recalibration library, the SASG, the L86, the Petrov holster, the ACS-12 are all things you can pick up for the recalibration library. And then finally, another thing to look for is this Hanayu Mask with really high skill damage and then status effects. So what I would do is just re-roll the status effects off for anything you want. You can max out the status effects, you can go skill haste, whatever, but then all you have to do is optimize that skill damage maybe once or twice, and then that's it. You have a fully God-rolled Hanayu Mask. I mean, that's a pretty good pickup.
Thanks for doing business.
Alright. And that is your clan vendor. So now we're going to go through Washington, D.C. I'm going to make my way west and then double back east. Starting off with the campus settlement. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you're new. And let me know in the comment section below what you think about all of these items. Alright, so the campus settlement, aka Cassie Mendoza's weird twin sister with like a weird voice.
The widest selection in the city.
It sounds nothing like Cassie, but they look so close. I don't know. Alright, here we go. Campus settlement.
Welcome, Agent.
Alright, starting off at the top, we have the Carnage. This is the named Negev LMG with Perfect Sadist. Also comes with Accuracy. Then we have a SRS A1 with Naked and Rate of Fire, followed by a military MK46 with crit hit damage and future perfect. And then for the gear items, we have a China Light Mask with crit chance and status effects. And then a Grupo Holster with crit damage and repair skills. Alright. So, both of these we'll talk about in a second. Let's look at the mods. Skill duration 8.4. Chem launcher +1 ammo. Hive +4 repair charges. Pulse effect duration 8.5. And then trap duration 4.1. Alright, so must buys, things to look at from the campus settlement. These two pieces of gear right here, and I'll tell you why. Alright, so the China Light Mask, it already has status effects on it, and if you're using an explosive damage build, odds are those explosives are going to cause bleed, which is a status effect. Now what you could easily do to optimize this piece of gear is just re-roll that crit chance off for max crit damage, and then you have crit damage and status effects on a China Light Mask. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. Now, the other one is this Groupo Holster. Now, if you take a look at it, it already has crit damage on it with crit damage from the brand set. So what I would do is just re-roll the repair skills off for crit chance, and then just optimize the other two attributes. Because if you could do that, you would have a crit chance, crit damage, or Grupo Holster. And that's pretty much amazing for any sort of crit build or damage build in the game. So again, switch the repair skills off this one for crit chance to make it a crit chance, crit damage holster. And then on this mask, you could switch off the crit chance for skill damage. That way you could have a skill damage status effects mask. Alright, that is the campus settlement. Moving on to our dark zones, starting off with Dark Zone West. West. Man, they need to come out with some more Nailed It episodes. Alright, DZ West. Let's see if we have any big money in the Dark Zone this week. Come on with it. Big money, big money, big money.
Hello there.
Alright, and starting off, we are at DZ West, and at the top we have the Calibre. This is the named shotgun with perfect jazz hands. Also comes with crit damage. Now, if you want this shotgun, pick it up. I would just re-roll the crit damage off for damage to targets out of cover, and you're good to go. Next, we have a Super 90 with max crit damage and spike. A lightweight M4 with crit chance and strained for gear items. Hardwired gloves with skill damage. Aces and eights knee pads with headshot damage. Wow. Providence defense gloves with crit chance headshot damage. Again, that's not bad. And Overlord knee pads with skill damage and crit chance. As far as the mods are concerned, armor on kill 15.6k. Okay. Seeker Mine Radius 4.1. Shield Holstered Regen 4.1. Firefly Skill Haste 6.1. And Decoy Duration 6.0. Now, I want to talk about a few of these pieces as well at the DZ West vendor. Now, first and foremost, if you do not have the Calibre, pick this one up, reroll the crit damage off for damage to targets at a cover. Fairly simple. Now, Hardwired Gloves with skill damage, that's a pretty good attribute that you want on your hardwired gear. As far as aces and eights, having headshot damage on your knee pads is the way to go for marksman rifles. So that's a good one as well. And then the Providence Defense gloves with crit chance and headshot damage. If you're going for some sort of long distance headshot damage build, you want headshot damage and crit chance. That's a really good combination for like those beam builds and headshot builds. So again, these are some pretty good gloves. And then the funny thing about these knee pads, and hear me out, because I don't like these knee pads, but I'm just going to give you the idea. Now it comes with skill damage and crit chance. If you wore these knee pads with the, let me think, what's that rifle with perfectly in sync? The Harmony? If you run the Harmony with these knee pads, you could get crit chance on the Harmony, you could get skill damage for your skills, and the perfectly in sync is going to give you both weapon damage and skill damage. I mean, it's not bad for like a little hybrid skill damage, weapon damage build. Just saying. And this is DZ West. Alright, let's move on to DZ South. Alright, come on. Oop, there we go. DZ South. Come on, load time. Come on. There you go. Alright, DZ South. Let's see what we have.
Anything I can help you find?
Okay, starting off at the top with the Liquid Engineer. This is the named Bellstone Armory backpack with Perfect Bloodsucker. Now this one comes with max armor for your core attribute. That's pretty good. I like it a lot. I actually like this piece quite a bit. What I would do is keep the weapon handling on there, and you could easily use this with, like, say, a Pestilence with Gunner, and you could get the armor on kill, you could get the weapon handling to help your LMG, and you could get the bonus armor on kill with the Perfect Bloodsucker. And as the Pestilence ticks spread to different enemies, you still get that armor on kill and bonus armor on kill. Just saying. I'm just saying. Alright, next up we have a Police UMP with in sync and damaged armor. Okay, that's not bad. I'm not a big Police UMP fan, so if you are, let me know in the comment section below, you know, how you run it. But I'm not a big fan of this weapon. Next we have the AUG. Now this is the assault rifle version, and it comes with spike and accuracy. Then we have a good old revolver with future perfect and reload speed. Not a fan. Now looking at our gear items, we have a True Patriot backpack with hazard protection. Then we have a Aces and Eights chest piece with near max weapon handling. And then, what is this? A Y'all Gear backpack. Interesting. With combined arms, crit chance, and skill damage. What? I mean, this is like dead in line with like a skill damage, weapon damage hybrid build. But the y'all gear is kind of, I don't know. It's kind of making me feel a little off here. Like, why would I use that with y'all gear? I mean, the hazard wouldn't be bad, but moving on. Douglas and Harding chess piece with tag team, armor regen, and status effects. And then looking at these mods, we have a crit chance 4.5, drone deflect duration 6.2, a turret health 7.8, and sticky bomb damage 6.3. Now, any kind of must-buys or things to look at here in DZ South, I would say the only thing to really look at is probably going to be the True Patriot backpack with hazard protection. I know those are not easy to find. And then also the Liquid Engineer with the max core attribute of armor, and it also has that weapon handling. You could easily use that on like an LMG build. Specifically the Pestilence.
Thanks for the business.
All right. You're welcome. All right, let's go to DZ East. Now remember, don't go to the main entrance, go to the Alpha checkpoint. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about all these must-buys and things to look at. Oh, you gotta love that load.
Access granted.
Okay, let's see. Let's get out of here. Alright, DZ East. You are my last Dark Zone vendor. Come on, give me something good, please.
Agent, it's good to see you.
Alright, and for Dark Zone East, starting off with the Eckham's Long Stick. This comes with Perfect Ranger and Damage to Armor. That's a good one. This is a good one. All you need to do is max out the marksman rifle damage and you're pretty much good to go. Just optimize the other attributes and you'll have it maxed out. Following with the SOCOM. Now this one has max damage to targets out of cover. So you can see even me. My indicator shows that I actually need that for my recalibration library. But I'm not a big marksman rifle fan. So I'm probably, whatever, I'll get it.
Always a pleasure, Agent.
I'll put it in my recalibration library. But it comes with max damage to targets out of cover and killer. Followed by a classic M60. Dang, with damage to armor, damage to targets out of cover. And then sadist. So if you wanted this one, you want the classic M60, just re-roll that sadist talent off. I would probably say for unhinged, and you'd be good to go. Alright, for gear items, we have a tip of the spear mask with health, a future initiative holster with armor regen, Empress International mask with crit damage, skill damage. Man, they really want people to run weapon damage, skill damage hybrids. Look at this. And then an Empress International holster with skill haste and crit damage. Like, they're just wanting you to whip out the capacitor and run like a skill build. Like, they're asking for it here. 2 pieces of Empress right here. That's crazy. Alright, and then for the mods, skill duration 8.3, chem launcher +1 ammo, hive health 7.9, pulse effect duration 8.7, and then trap duration 4.1. Awesome. Now for DZ East, must-buys, things to look for. Eckham's Long Stick with damage to armor is a good one. The classic M60 isn't bad, but you'd have to re-roll the talent. And then take a look at both of these Empress International pieces with crit and skill rolled onto both of them. You only need 3, so here's 2 of them. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie, that's pretty good. But alright, that is it for DZ East. Now, we are done with the Dark Zones, so let's hit the theater settlement, and then we will finish up in New York City. Let's see. Hopefully it won't take too much longer. Let's see here.
Come on over.
Alright, theater settlement, let's go. What? And then we have this. So the FOXES prayer knee pads. This obviously is going to be in the title now because it's your best in slot. This is the best pair of knee pads in the game, is your Fox's Prayer knee pads. Not only that, but the weapon damage is about 13.2 out of 15, so that's actually pretty high. You could re-roll the skill haste off for anything you want. You can make these your god roll. So what I would do is pick these up, roll off the skill haste for whatever attribute you want, and you're good to go. These are best in slot. If you are not wearing Fox's Prayer knee pads with, damage builds, tank builds, you probably should. These give you that damage to targets out of cover, and it is multiplicative. This is a really, really big must-buy for all of you new and returning players to the game. These are the best in slot knee pads. Pick them up right now at the theater settlement. Alright, moving on. Marine Super 90 with Future Perfect and Mag Size. Military MK17 with Swap Speed and Ignited. Followed by Fenris Gloves with Skill Damage, Skill Haste. Dang, man. So you'd put those gloves on your capacitor build, and then all of a sudden, man, it's like they're asking for people to run a skill damage, weapon damage build. I'm telling you. And then Araldi knee pads with weapon handling and explosive resistance. Now looking at the mods, we have a protection from elites, 11%. Those are pretty rare. Seeker Mind Skill Haste, 5.0. Shield Holstered Regen, 4.1. Firefly Damage, 6.0. And Decoy Duration, 6.0 as well. Now, must-buys, things to look for at the theater settlement. Pick up the Fox's Prayer knee pads. They are best in slot knee pads. You need them for multiple builds. Pick these up. Pick them up right now at the theater settlement. These are your must-buys. Probably going to be your biggest must-buy of the reset. So check them out. Fox's Prayer knee pads. They are best in slot. I don't know how else to say that. Alright, moving on. Okay, so that is it for New York City, or for Washington D.C. Let's go to New York City. I was getting ahead of myself there. Alright, so we're going to head over to the Haven settlement. They don't call it a base of ops, they call it a settlement. And then there's going to be two vendors we're going to talk to. We're going to have Marco up here at the top of the escalator, and then we're going to have Roy Benitez. Alright, so starting off with Marco. Okay, we have another police UMP. So again, if anyone is using the police UMP, let me know in the comment section below. How are you running it? Because I've personally never ran it before. Alright, now this one comes with rate of fire and close in personal. Next up we have a military MK46 with stability and fast hands. Followed by a tactical SASG-12 with damage to targets out of cover and ignited. And then a card 45 with fast hands and swap speed. Now gear items. We have a Petrov backpack with adrenaline rush, weapon handling, and hazard protection. Okay. I mean, you could use that, I guess, with a pestilence. We have a Seska gloves with explosive resistance and repair skills. And then a 511 mask with near max explosive resistance and skill damage. Now looking at the mods here with Marco, we have crit damage 10.0, crit chance 4.4, turret duration 5.9, Firefly +1 max target, and then a trap duration of 4.2. Now, must-buys, things to look at from our good friend Marco. I'd probably say no. I mean, the only thing that looks interesting to me is the adrenaline rush on the Petrov, but I really wouldn't wear it because we have contractor gloves. Alright, moving on. So that is Marco. So we have one vendor left, and that is Roy Benitez. Oh, what's up, buddy? What's up? Yo, we could never forget about you, bro. How you doing? Yo, if you guys don't pet the dog while you're going through these vendors, you have no soul. Come on. You gotta pet the dog. They still haven't filled up your water bowl, dude. I'm sorry. If I had water on me, I'd just give it to you. I'm sorry, man. Alright, moving on to Roy Benitez. Here we go. Last vendor of the video.
How can I help you, Agent?
Alright, starting at the top with the PDR. This is the assault rifle with perpetuation. Also comes with damage to targets out of cover. Followed by a custom M44 with mag size and steady-handed. A urban MDR with mag size and perpetuation again. Diceros with spike and damage to targets out of cover. A Alp Summit backpack with crit chance, crit damage, and combined arms. What? That's interesting. Why? Why would you have combined arms on an Alps back with crit chance, crit damage, and a skill tier? I'm so confused. Anyways, moving on. Golden Gear gloves with hazard protection and skill haste. And then a Groupo Mask with near max weapon damage, crit chance, and status effects. That's gonna be another good buy too. I'll talk about that in a second. Alright, looking at the mods, we have a crit chance 4.6, blind death resistance 8.4, a turret damage 4.2, firefly speed 8.1, and then finally a trap duration 4.2. Okay, so Roy Benitez, any must buys, I'm going to say just this one item. And let me tell you why. So this is the Grupo Sombra mask. Grupo Sombra comes with crit damage as the brand set bonus. Now this mask is already near max for weapon damage. What I would do is pick this one up, re-roll the status effects off for crit damage, so you'll have near max weapon damage and max crit damage, and then all you need to do is optimize the crit chance. You're good to go. This would be a God rolled mask for crit damage builds. So you can pick that one up if you'd like. If there's something that I glanced over or missed from any of these vendors, let me know in the comments section below, please. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, support the channel by subscribing. And yeah, I think that's it for today's weekly vendor reset. I am Kamikazevondoom. Today is Tuesday, November 2nd, and that was your weekly vendor reset and must-buys for Tom Clancy's The Division 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, hit that like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.